Hello and welcome to pmcenglish. I'm Idris, and today we are going to talk to a great person. He is from Malaysia. He is a great master and he has been very close to nature. He has served in a great government department in Malaysia, and today we'll be trying to know about his spiritual journey. A very warm welcome, Mr. Subramaniam Thathiah.
Namaskar, sir. Nice to meet you all.
Same
Thank you
here.
very much.
So, a big warm welcome from our viewers too. So, first of all, I want to know, how did you connect to spirituality? How did your journey start?
In fact, I was not a spiritual man earlier.
Right.
I came from a very rural area. I'm an English educator. I was in the government service
Right.
since 1965 to 2000 when I retired.
Right.
So when I was in earlier 4 years, I was a separate teacher. Then later I came to PWD, Public Works Department.
Right. That is in Malaysia, right?
In Malaysia.
Right.
So I did surveying. In surveying, I was sent to a jungle to do surveying.
Lovely.
So that's why I'm very close to nature.
Right.
As I always say, nature is very close to me, and I was born also in nature.
Amazing.
So then in 1976, I was transferred from that place to another place about 70 kilometers from the city of Kuala Lumpur. That's also nature.
Right.
So
So,
I
you
was
were born in Malaysia, is
I was born in Malaysia
Right.
and brought up in Malaysia.
so? Which part of Malaysia?
It's a small place called Subramaniam.
Okay.
It's about 3 to 4 hours of journey from the city of Kuala Lumpur.
Okay. Right.
It's a small village, like they call estate, no?
Right.
So it's an English school about 2 kilometers from my house.
Right.
So I was sent to the English school at that time.
Great. Yeah. So then, next.
So after my education, I started temple teacher, and then I had what's called basic military training for 9 months. During that time, I was trained to be a surveying, technical things. So in 1970, that's 1st July 1970, I was sent to a jungle area known as Jinka Triangle, where it's quite a big area. So each section is around 5,000 to 6,000 acres.
Right.
There were about 21 sections there. No? So ours was the earlier part of it. And they turned the jungle into oil palm estates. So I was doing survey there. Then later, after the part, I was sent to stores. I worked in stores.
Right.
And from stores, I went to the main office. I was the admin. I was doing finance and admin.
Right.
That was my journey. So in 96 years I was there, and 76 I was transferred to the present place where I'm staying. It's known as Kuala Kubu Baru.
Okay.
It's about 70 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur.
170, did you say?
70 only, 70 kilometers.
70 kilometers. Okay.
That also is rural area. It's the jungle, is a real hilly area, everything. I was in a PWD, Public Works Department.
Right.
And I was in the water department section.
Okay.
So during the time 1976, I met the president, my wife's father. He's the only person I knew him. I never knew anybody there. They were the devotees of Swami Shivananda from Rishikesh.
Right.
Swami Shivananda. That's in the city. A Swamiji known as Swami, His Highness Swami Shantan Maharaj, was conducting classes.
Right.
So I went there and met him. I was impressed because I have been asking a lot of questions, and he had been answering my answers through his speech. So that made me to attend more. You see.
Correct.
So I became, I started, he taught us puja, he taught the bhajans, all these things. So in 1976, after a couple of months, I became a vegetarian.
Right. In 1976.
76.
Right. So what was the first thought to become a vegetarian?
In fact, the thought never came to me. We have the Kanda Shishti prayers going on. Kanda Shishti means praise to Shanmuga. Subramania, called Subramania. My name was Subramania.
Right.
The 6 days prayers. So the third day, after doing bhajans, he said, those who want to take kavadi in the hills in Penang. So these 3 days, try to be vegetarian, don't take anything, or take one light meals and eat kavadi. So third day after this thing, I took out here. That's the day. Okay, I'll try to be vegetarian. After third day, I felt very nice.
Right.
So I continued with it.
Great.
And until today, I became vegetarian.
Lovely. That's
That's
amazing.
it.
So how was the transition like? How did you feel? What kind of changes did you find in yourself?
After being vegetarian, I was very surprised that my thoughts are changing.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly, I saw my body also changes.
Right.
And we are surprised. I am actually come from a very big family. I am an eldest son of 10 siblings.
Oh, wow.
And I last got married. So you know the responsibility I had. My father said, "You eldest son, you must take care if I'm not around." So I only got married in 1984 when I was 38 years old.
Right.
So I'm the last to get married now.
Understand.
So during that time, very surprised when I was doing prayers slowly, my mindset changing. Once our Swamiji said that you're doing prayers, do prayers for the sake of praying. Don't ask many things. You have lot of desires. Desires ask, the God will give you desires. He'll accomplish you. But He only give what is necessary for you.
Right.
Just leave it to nature, leave to God. He knows what to do for you. That thought, until today, it lingers me when Patriji said, in Telugu he said, Dhyanam kosam dhyanam cheyu. For the sake of dhyanam, do dhyanam. Don't ask for anything. The nature knows, the universe knows what to give to you.
Correct.
And it was really is a thing which I only reflecting whatever he taught me earlier. And today, after I've been doing it Ana-Pana-Sati with what Bhagwan Patriji taught us, my God, I've been doing this earlier without knowing it. Now only I understand that doing dhyanam is not for asking things, it's not for comes to desires.
Right.
It's only to do dhyanam for the sake of dhyanam. That later, so not many other things are understood from Patriji, because Patriji talks very few words only.
Right.
But the point is very, so I always go to that particular point, what he tells. That's why I say, from that day onwards, my things were changing. Then in 1989, I came to Rishikesh first time.
Okay. And you came to Rishikesh in 1989?
89.
Right.
That was in somewhere in August.
Right.
August, September, that area. So after that, I went to Varanasi. Rishikesh, this place where Swami Shivananda started that Divine Life Society. Swami Shivananda is my guru's guru.
Okay.
He is Swami Kupusami, he's a Dr. Kupusami and became Swami Shivananda. He has written about 300 books on spiritual things in English.
Amazing.
That's what in that called Swadhyayam. Swadhyayam, you can see in spiritual India, I've seen that Swadhyayam.
Right.
Now I'm reading space. Like, my God, this is my Swamiji, my Guru. So, that Swadhyayam, that shows that what today our Patriji says, Swadhyayam is about Dhyanam, Swadhyayam comes. And then third one he says, Sajjana Sangityam.
Right.
You share spiritual experiences with other people. And this also my Swamiji said, whatever you do, you all discuss among yourselves. Right. You understand. Include yourself, read books, read these things, read listen to videos, listen to others, other gurus.
Correct.
So these three things was actually we are doing it, without knowingly we are doing it in our own way. And the fourth thing he said, you are doing it, you must serve people. So we started a vegetarian shop.
Lovely.
Vegetarian restaurant is known as Anna Lakshmi Vegetarian in Kuala Lumpur.
Wow.
So that's where I met Patriji that day. And our president of PSSM Malaysia, Master Lakshmanan Bangaraya, introduced to Patriji.
So which year did you meet Patriji?
That was about 6-7 years ago, about more than 6 years ago. So when I met Patriji there, he introduced, this is Subramaniam, he's a volunteer here. And Patriji just looked at me like that. Short way, I didn't talk. just looked at me. He said, observe your breath. No mantras, no images, nothing. Just observe your breath. Just observe, he said. Just observe, he said. Only that. And it just walked off. I was wondering. But it was very simple, nothing. I was wondering, what is Swamiji? I attended his one of the two sessions a day.
Right.
So now I understand. He looked at me. I think he has already brought me inside here.
Right.
So observe the breath, observe the breath. I said, observe your breath. That's called Ana-Pana-Sati. Just in breath, out breath, and be with your breath. That's in Telugu this is called Swasamena Dhyasa. Okay, that's what the first words. Until today, I never talked to him, but I heard a lot of his videos. Every video I hear, he only tells one point.
Okay.
And that point, it sticks to me. Quite a number of points he said. And there he said, when he said prayer, dhyanam, do dhyanam for the sake of dhyanam. That content, my God, that's what my Guru has said in India. And then he said the other thing, very important thing, which until today, it lingers in my ears, that don't go for any desires. So when do dhyanam for the sake of dhyanam, the universe will look after it. Right. Mother Nature will look after you. The universe will look after you. Then it sticks, my God, all the years I'm with the universe, I was with the nature.
Right.
And then I left it to everything. You'd be surprised. Even they had so much, I am not aware of, come from a rich family, even a small, ordinary family. All my brothers, sisters, some or other got married, they have everything all. So it's going on like that. So that means, today only I realized, no? So what he said is, that's why some important points he pointed out is very, very important.
So these points touched your heart and
yes,
you felt very connected. And
Correct.
since you were with the nature from your childhood, so it like really, was heart-touching for you, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right. Now next, I want to know what is meditation in your point of view?
In fact, earlier meditation, I'm not very much interested in meditation like that. I still remember that was 40 years ago. Our Swamiji said, when somebody asked, why are you teaching only bhajans, all things? Why you don't do meditation? Swamiji said, people here are all very been in a very easy, they have cars, they have houses, everything, they eat everything and all. So the people are very in a very ignorant place,
Correct.
If I take meditation, all will run away. So let them, he's got a beautiful voice. He sings bhajans. And then after this one, he was telling slowly, he taught us stotras, mantras, everything and all. So in fact, he was, after that he was telling them, teaching them some music, art. There's some dancers, some musicians were in the class.
Right.
So it started in 1980, 81, it started the academy, art academy.
Right.
So now it's a 6-story building.
Wow.
And we have almost about 2,000 students there,
Lovely.
And a lot of beautiful, actors are there. In fact, we were doing a social service in them.
Right.
Social service, serving, cleaning, running around, everything. So that's what Patriji said, the fourth one, serve.
So, yes.
So that's what is going on.
That's nice. Glad to hear that. And now, since you were connected with wherein, bhajans or mantras are very important in a way. So from there to meditation. So in PSSM, Patriji says that no mantras, nothing, just your breath is your guru. What is your opinion about that?
No, actually, this particular thing 40 years ago, my Swamiji said, a person, Guru came from Rishikesh. He taught us you pujas, he taught us you stotras, mantras all, and he taught you japas and everything. And then you will come after that, a time will come, you will go to Om only. When you go to Om, all these things will drop off.
Right.
When Om also will drop off and you go to nothingness. And he said, when you talk, you are different, I am different. I see you as you are. You are Mr. Idris, you are Subramaniam, you are like Fatima, like that. No, you tell different places. But now, when you go up, the names will fall off also. You are me, I am you.
So
that means
oneness.
is oneness.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't realize. When I was listening to all the satsangs and all the videos and everything, my God, this is what I've heard many years ago. He said one thing, you all won't understand now. A day will come, you'll understand.
Right.
A day will come, understand. And that thing is really, after joining Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, I'm trying to going back. No? Even Swami Shivananda, he go to Rishikesh, there'll be a big pillar, it's written the universal praise.
Right.
In the universal praise, should I tell the whole praise?
Right.
He said, in the universal praise said, O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto thee, the art omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscience. He said, in the praise, that's Swami Shivananda's praise.
Right.
He said, omnipotent, God is all powerful.
Right.
Omnipresent, God is everywhere.
God is everywhere.
Omniscience, God is everywhere and every place at the same time. Who is everywhere and everywhere at the same time? Only air.
Right.
So then the art, the indwelling all beings. He's indwelling all beings. Rama and Krishna, Vishnu and Mahavishnu, and Shiva, Allah and Ahura Mazda, Jehovah and Jesus Christ,
Right.
Buddha. So it's telling that, grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind,
Wow.
faith and devotion.
Beautiful.
Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger, hatred and jealousy. Those are Arsavargas.
Beautiful.
The spirit in Swamiji says, no? Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger, hatred and jealousy. Grant us understanding heart and equal vision. Okay. So he was telling beautifully that's all. So whatever I've learned there, I was thinking when after every prayers we'll tell this universal mantra.
Right.
It says be good, do good. There's a basic of Swami Shivananda. He said serve, love and give.
Serve, love, and give.
Meditate and realize.
Wow. Amazing.
So these are all things what Patriji is practicing.
Correct.
They only told, but he's practicing. In various philosophies, you see, he says serve, service, love, prema, give, whatever have give. Give service, give money, whatever thing you can give. Then your mind will be purified. That's why in Telugu, Tattvarthi Vedavu said, Buddhi, Viksinchala. You must improve your buddhi, you must purify your buddhi. Right. And when you purify the buddhi, then you need to the Atma, that's the soul.
Beautiful.
So these things all actually connections, in fact connections. So then your meditation will be, you can meditate very easily.
Right.
So, and that's why when Patriji says, no, you say empty your mind. Meditation, swasamena dhyasa. When you observe your swasa, thoughts will come.
Correct.
Let the thoughts come. Just cut the thoughts, go back to your breath.
Focus on your breath.
When you go to your breath, the thoughts will slowly become lesser and lesser and lesser, and you will become in a thoughtless state. He said very clearly, he said. And he said, you go to Sunyam. And in fact, I was trying to, this method, I can see a lot of difference.
Right.
Even these also, some of the Tattvarthi Raghav sir, Veera Raghav sir in Telugu, he was telling that the difference, when he said breath, he said difference between emptiness and sunyam. Emptiness and sunyam are two different things. Emptiness means you clear all the thoughts. He gave the example like a pot with a rice. The rice, they are the thoughts. So slowly when do the breath, these rice, this thought slowly reduce and become empty. The pot become empty.
Right.
And he said, Sunya means it's empty pot. When do your breath, all the thoughts, no more thoughts are there. Sunya is already in a very steady this thing. So nothing will be there. That's why all the great saints and sages in Himalayas and caves, they are in a Sunyam state.
Correct.
So they understood. So every time, this is why every time I understand different. This is because when gurus talk, I listen. Listen, I see the point. What's the point? And then once I just ask myself, oh, this I heard somewhere. This I experienced somewhere. So I'll go into it.
Great.
That's
Amazing. That's beautiful.
That's it.
You have very nicely explained, the message is very loud and clear about meditation, about Patriji and your previous gurus and your experiences with nature and universe. That is really amazing, very clear cut, and there's a lot of learning from it. Now we'll talk about your professional life too. How does meditation, or how can meditation help us in professional life?
In fact, professional life, during my last, that means 1976 to year 2000.
Oh.
Year 2000 retired.
Right.
26 means only 24 years I was with the Guru,
Correct.
Well, I think I had a lot of tests in my life also. In fact, there we have to get promotions so difficult and everything on. But I'm a very hardworking guy. There's no doubt about it. So a lot of challenges came in my mind. But this, by the prayers, has helped me a lot.
Right.
I have reduced my anger. I never expected much. For the sake of working, I work. I'm getting my pay. I work hard. And give extra work also, I work. I have nothing to complain. But I enjoy it. In the difficulty, I enjoyed working. So that made me happy. And then what you call, the employer liked me. So I wanted to go back to city, we are in the water department, PWD. So they want to be the family. Some or other don't allow me to transfer, So I stayed there until I retired. But in difficulties, I enjoyed life.
Right.
Because during the time, we have a small golf club in my place.
Right.
I was playing golf.
Right.
I played with the players. I meet people, everything all. So I enjoyed it. I had nothing to complain about it. Of course, I couldn't get much promotion, but little pension I get.
Right. But as you said, universe knows the best. What is good for us will come to us, right?
No, in fact, the prayers has changed me a lot. I'm a very hot-tempered guy. Very, very hot-tempered, not really hot-tempered. Because small things I get angry very fast. Even my wife says that, we say, calm, don't get angry. But that changed. But I never expected much of anything else. It comes, some or other nature was very kind to me. Right. Difficulties, for example, when in 1985, I got married. I got my first child in 1985. Right. And 85, after she was a few months old, I went to Rishikesh and came back. No, during the time, I was thinking I must have a plot of land to build a house. Right. Because all the time I was staying in the government quarters. I got land, everything. So when I came back after my trip from India, one of the brokers said, this land is available for you, I'm keeping for you. So I bought the land.
Oh, nice.
Then in a year after 2000, when going to retire, I got another 1 year extension. During that time, I built my house. Wow. So I had one house in Kuala Lumpur. I sold the house and I put a bigger house here. Right. And comfortable. So now I think that I thought it came there. I sent the thought first. And the universe was actually helping me. So I got a plot of land. Right. I got this thing, and then my children also, some or other, they've completed their studies. Lovely.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 3, sir.
3 kids.
Eldest is a girl and 2 boys.
2 boys. So they have completed their studies?
They are working. 3 are working. 3 are working.
So what all fields do they belong to now?
Pardon?
Which fields are they into?
My daughter is eldest. She is now 37 years old.
Right.
Don't get married. She does yoga, she do prayers. They all are initiated, because my wife is initiated at the age of 13 under Ramakrishna order.
Great.
So her family all initiated Ramakrishna order, and she has initiated all the children also Ramakrishna order.
Lovely.
And I am a Sivananda devotee. Even though I'm married, I'll go to Ramakrishna order. Swamiji says, saints all, you respect them.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. I respect them. Whatever they do, let them do it.
Definitely.
But I have got my own way.
Right.
So I also, they pray, I also follow them also praying also.
Understand.
That's why. So that's why I don't disturb them anything. And she's my eldest daughter. She's a development officer in Malaysia. She's executive there. She's doing well. Have own condo, have a car, everything. She has her own life, so I don't want to disturb. Second boy, it will disruption. Third boy just finished his mechanical, but he's still looking for job.
Right, right. We wish him all the best.
Thank you.
And definitely they will, progress in life, prosper in life.
Yes.
And since your family is very much connected to spirituality from a long order, I would say. Now, what is the best experience from your work, wherever you worked, working in cities, less, but working with nature more? So what is the best experience that you would like to share with us?
The best experience that I have, now I realize that without knowingly, I helped a lot of people.
Right.
In the case that people who do harm to me, I still did good to them. When I was in my first place, I was very close to the director, and he is English orientated,
Right.
and my Malay language is a little bit better.
Right.
So when you do any recommendations in Malay, he'll write in English and I'll translate in Malay.
So you know both languages, right?
Both. So I translate that time, So when translation, there's one guy, one technician. There are 2 or 3 people. They 2 technicians, One technician, he's not very good in terms with his superior there.
Right.
The superior is very close to me. So while doing the recommendations, he did everything. He said, this guy, this place, give him bad this thing. Even the boss writes, you better change like this. So when I did recommendation, I in fact of changing, I put good recommendations.
Right.
And same way another guy, that was wrong also. See, he didn't come that day. He was away. And that particular day he must submit the submissions. So I fill all the forms, and it's bad, but I signed for him.
Wow.
And put a recommendation, and they became permanent staffs.
Lovely. Great.
So like this, I indirectly help.
Right.
But sometimes I feel myself, no, it's okay, doesn't matter. There are also some reasons.
Correct.
In that way, some of them from that onwards, I always have tried to. Even people do harm also, I just keep quiet. But I'm very angry for
time being, you might be angry, but
yes,
deep inside heart,
I'll forget immediately.
You're full of compassion.
I'll forget immediately.
Yes, great. That's really amazing. That's really nice. Heart matters. It's not like how you react at times, but what is there in your heart and mind, that is really important. So compassion is something that I would say we need to follow and practice. That's very important. That's what our Patriji and PSSM believes in. So definitely compassion for all beings.
That's after doing this meditation, I feel that maybe I had some connection with the previous life, most probably. And here I must be very grateful, and I must tell you this very strongly, that I must be very grateful to Dr. G.K., Dr. Gopalakrishnan, who has introduced me to Ana-Pana-Sati. Even though I met Patriji earlier, in 2020, during pandemic time, I said, "What's up?" I spoke to him. He was in the UK.
Wow.
So he said, they want to start a platform in Singapore.
Right.
29th, I talked to him. And 30th, he started the platform, that Ana-Pana-Sati meditation classes.
Lovely.
First day I went. 29th was my daughter's birthday. That day I started meditation.
Right.
30th, I went to the Ana-Pana-Sati meditation platform in Singapore.
Great.
From that day, until today, I never missed meditation.
So you practice it very
I
regularly?
practice regularly. And I must be very, very grateful Dr. GK. Dr. GK I spoke to personally. And he seems to be very interested. Okay, that started. And earlier I was starting, of course, they have music and everything. So day by day I can see the difference. And then in 2021, beginning of 2021, he was actually conducting that's called spiritual classes. That's spiritual tablet.
Right, correct.
So that also I continued with him without asking, without planning anything. I did never plan anything. Everything's happening. Until today, I never planned anything. So that also I finished this thing, and then we involved. Now we are having virtual office in Australia.
Lovely.
He asked me to involve in it also.
Great.
So we are doing that. And actually a great impact on me is by Dr. GK. I used to listen to speeches, listen to his family members, how they came in.
Right.
And quite many of them in the family became vegetarians. And very sincere and very straightforward.
Lovely.
So even this particular trip also, he told me, you go every place, you tell experiences, and you must be very specific.
Right.
This is my order. It's not my suggestion.
That's amazing. That's the reason we invited you. We are happy to see you here, and we are giving you the platform so that everybody knows about your journey, your experiences, so that everybody learns. Whosoever is watching this video, I'm very thankful to our audience too. Dear sir, I want you to give a short message to our audience. You can directly address to our audience and give your short message, like whatever you want to share with our audience.
Thank you very much. I'll be giving. Before that, I really, my humble prostration and pranam to Bhagwan Patriji for introducing this beautiful meditation, Ana-Pana-Sati. With all my 40 years of doing meditation, Ana-Pana-Sati, he says that is the Everest. It's a very beautiful meditation. From here, I've learned a lot of things. And through all my life, wherever you start slowly and slowly move up. That means our message is that we have taken the birth in this planet is to upgrade ourselves. Learn lessons. It's a school, it's an institution. Learn lessons, upgrade ourselves, and he says, come to a stage where you and I are not different. We all one. That's why Patriji said, dear masters, friends, and gods. He called us all masters so that we can teach other people. We are all friends. We are not different. And we are all gods. Earlier I thought we are gods. Means difference. Because you and I are not different. All same. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, sloka 20, he said, Aham Atma Kodakesa Sarvabhuteshu Sthitiha. That means Atma is everywhere. All Atmas. This actually I had experience in Tirumala, Tirupati recently. There's 4 days meditations with Chatvarthi Raghav sir. About 300 participants took place. And we feel that when we meditate, I said, I am not this body. I am Atma. I am part and parcel of the whole world. I am oneness. I am as Atma with the Paramatma. So we have to go to the highest level. And that thing we're still learning and learning and learning. Thank you very much for all the masters who have been guiding us. And we hope all our masters also will be in this line and go forward and forward, sir. Thank you very much for this beautiful, wonderful session that you have given it the opportunity. Thank you very much again. Thank you very much to all the masters from Patriji to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and it was really very informative and a lot of learnings from your experiences, definitely. But major key points that I can share with my audience is compassion, oneness, and just be with your breath. Very simple. Just these three things are very important in our life, and everything else will be taken care by nature itself.